You know what's good when the grip is just falling off? Hopefully no mice were living in here. It doesn't really look like it. There's a feather in there, so maybe. Oh, I hope not. Look at that. The mouse made it all the way up into the car. See if we get this thing started. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Steiner Family Motorsports. Today we're going to be seeing if we can get this KDX 200 to start. It's been abandoned, sitting in our shed for about 10 years now. It's a 1995 KDX 200. Last time it was ridden was by a couple friends that we allowed them to use it for a year. You know what's good when the grip is just falling off. But yep, gonna tear into the carb, take the tank and plastics off, look at the air filter, clean the carb out. In case I do get it running, I can ride it for a bit. I just had Ithaca ordering a filter for it, so hopefully I can get that this week. I don't even know what the filter looks like in this thing. I don't want to know what it looks like. I guarantee you it's just disintegrated. So pop this on the stand. Pop it on the stand and get you guys close up. So here we go. Again, the grip is straight just falling off. It's like gum. Stick to the seat. But definitely gonna change these bars out, change the levers out, change the foot pegs out. Chain and sprockets, I'm just gonna lube them up and send it for a little bit until they need to be done. Fill up the tires with some air. Still got brake life on both sides, so we should be good. This pipe could be in worse condition. FMF gnarly. I'm assuming a power core, just based on looks, but yeah. 1995, pretty sick. Gonna check the coolant as well and drain that out and then refresh that. So here we go. First thing is I'm gonna take off the seat. Oh yeah, that filter is gone, disintegrating as you touch it. So anyway, like I said, oh yeah, there's a hole right there. Hopefully no mice were living in here. It doesn't really look like it. There's a feather in there, so maybe. Oh, I hope not. Either way, I'm gonna pull the rest of the plastics off for the tank to come off, and then I'm gonna pull the filter out as well to get a better look in there. It looks like these shrouds are just held on by one 10mm right here. Yep. Hopefully the other side's a 10mm as well. Nope, of course, it's an 8. Definitely gonna be fixing that so they're the same bolt on each side. I absolutely hate that. Sweet. This hose is like a rock. So I have some other fuel line. I'm just gonna take some cutters and cut right through it. Just so I can take the tank off. Oh yeah. I gotta pop this off. Make sure it stays. We should be good to lift the tank off. Oh, never mind. There's a bolt behind the plastic here that I'll have to take out. Give it a nice deep clean anyway. I love the retro look on this. Hey, if I get this thing together and get a filter by Saturday, I'm gonna be going to Jackson's MX. It's their last ride of the season there. So, shoot, maybe you guys, if you go out there, you see me ripping there. Here's this 8mm that I was talking about. For the tank. The other side doesn't even have one in it, so that's definitely something I'm gonna address too in the future. fit in there. No gas in it, which is gonna make the cleaning process pretty good. Hopefully the petcock doesn't leak. It looks like it might. We'll see, figure it out. So now that we got the tank off, we got it exposed in here. I probably am going to have to wash this now so I got everything exposed. Spark plug cap's off because we put oil down the cylinder. Crazy, this bike used to have a thermostat. I don't know, it could still have one. If any of you guys know, let me know in the comments what these went to. It looks like it just came off this main harness. I'd assume maybe for the lights and stuff. How sick would it be to take this bike to an enduro? Be awesome. So I think this is a bleeder for these. I'll have to do some research to bleed. Now I'm going to take this filter out because no matter what, I'm going to need to address this. And I'd rather do it before I wash it so I can get it nice blocked off. That thing is solid on there, so I'm going to have to get some pliers. Probably just sticky. Oh yeah, there definitely was a mouse that lived in here at one point. No doubt about it. Look at that. Eating away. Cool. Well, either way. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to get a vacuum and suck this out. And then I'm probably gonna pull the whole, I don't know how this is all part of the main frame here. So this part's gonna stay, period. I could take this lower piece out. The frame connects back here for the lower subframe. Just different than the modern style, but I'm just gonna end up popping this boot off, I think, and trying to get the whole carb out. But yeah, actually I'm gonna do that now, see what I need, because I think if I can just get this all out and plugged off and the carb out, will make my life easier when I'm washing it. And just, there's no possible way for me to block this off right now. So definitely a nasty nest. I'm gonna need to get a shop vac, suck that out, and figure out a way to block this off for the time being so that I can wash the head and all this stuff down. So that's what I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna go get my shop vac. All right, I got it all washed down now. I'm gonna start by taking off these back plastics and just exposing the air box a little bit better. Of course, so you know, wrong screws. It's a weird screw. Oh, maybe that is the OEM screw. It used to be like a half screw. I don't know, that's weird. And it looks to be maybe the right screw. Weird. Old stuff's weird. The other side's an 8. It's so annoying when they're all multi-sizes. Loosening the clamps for the carb right now. Surprisingly, the boots look to be in pretty good shape. I don't see any splitting or cracking. So that's good. Alright, so it looks like for this carb, or for this air boot to come off, oh, look at that. Enough play in this old boot, you can just pull back out of the way. Nasty water drain out of there. Try to get it out the front clamp. Perfect. Another 3 hoses went down through this capture underneath. Oh yeah, look, the mouse made it all the way up into the carb. Nasty. It's gross. Still smells like gas in there, so that's good. Take that off for now. Take my makeshift wash cover that I know it didn't do a great job, but better than nothing. Parts Unlimited parts bag, or plastic bag. Gross. There's so much in this thing. Gotta open up these paper towels, wipe my hand off, and shove some down in the intake so that none of this gets down in there. I got the majority of it out now. I'm gonna take this carb. I'm gonna take this nasty carb and go start to clean it out. All right, I got this wiped down in the sink, cleaned up a little bit. Now I'm gonna start splitting it open and show you guys what I find. And some nasties. Overall though, not too bad. Give it a nice little spray down, probably pop out the jet. Make sure that the jet and main jet and pilot jet are clear still. I believe this is the same size. Yep. Pop the main out. The trick with this is you just look through to the light. Yep, perfectly clear. Perfect. Now you never tighten these too tight because they're just brass. You gotta remember that this little arm in here is on a pivot and it can just slide out, so you need to make sure that stays when you're cleaning it and you don't lose it. Just gonna clean this guy out real quick. All right, so the pilot jet looked good. I'm just gonna clean out the bowl a little bit. This O-ring here looks to be in pretty good condition. It's a good sign because I don't have a rebuild kit for it. Anyway, so yeah, now the biggest thing is making sure that this little rod is all the way in. So it fits. Yeah, this is the right way. Kind of a pain in the butthole. There we go. Just gotta take your time. You never should have to force it. And then once again, putting the screws back in. I don't have other screws for this. They were a little stripped, but luckily I had the right screwdriver that really fit in there. I don't even know where the screwdriver came from, but it just happened to fit these better than the different attachment tips or other screwdrivers I had. So that was good. That it wouldn't really grab, so I just used quick, because you can actually get to the outside of these. A quick tip is use some like vice grips like this and just grab on the outside and you can get it to come out. Now, like I said, I would like to replace it, but I don't really have any other ones on me right now. I might, but I don't feel like looking. And to be honest with you, this thing's gonna get a kind of a little bit of a restoration in the future, and all this stuff will be addressed in like a teardown video, like a full restoration video, not just like getting it ready. So this is just kind of getting it running for this year, and then I think over winter, potentially, I'm not gonna Cerakote the cases or vapor hone the cases or anything like that, but I might like clean them up a little bit, best I can, make them look good, make the whole bike look good. I'm not going to coat the frame because there's so many OEM stickers on it, and the frame is in great condition. I'm just going to sand and touch up and blast the areas that need to be blasted and get some OEM matching paint. And I'm just going to touch up the paint on it because that's all these are. These are just painted from back in the day, the frames. So I know some of you guys are going to like to see. This is that one that was a little strip, so I just wanted to give it a little bit extra because I couldn't tighten it very good. I'll show you some of the stickers on the frame. So it's just the simple OEM stickers. I mean, it even still has the noise decibels it makes, the little plastic cover that goes over all the stickers. That, you know, it goes over the VIN and whatnot, or the sticker behind the VIN. So it still has all that stuff. So it's in pretty original shape. Like I said, definitely going to get a rear brake pedal, probably foot pegs, grips and bars, levers, update the tires. But for right now, just getting it running is the main goal. So let's get on this, put this back on. But before I do that, I need to finish cleaning out this air box because it is nasty. Got some foam and crystal simple green. Just going to spray it in here. Let it sit for a couple minutes while I'm filling up my sprayer. Get it from both angles. And basically what I'm going to do, I have a foam can or a cannon that we use for washing out radiators when they're muddy during a race. So I'm filling that up right now with water, and then I'm going to use it to rinse this out. Basically, you just fill it with water, then fill it up. I like to look at this gauge. It's about 100 psi is what they suggest. The gauge doesn't work, but this gauge does. So just fill it till it's at 100 psi. All right, guys, to give you an example, show you what we're working with. So yeah, it has some pressure behind it. I'm gonna use that and rinse this out. It looks like I got it pretty clean, actually. Give it a second little degrease down in here. Let that sit for a minute. And then rinse it out one more time. There we go. Now I'm just gonna wipe it and dry it out and get it ready to put the carb back in. So after some thought, I decided I'm not gonna be pulling the head off or anything because this motor ran before. We did maintenance on it a long time ago, obviously, before our friend raced it for a few races. And I know that we also pulled the spark plug and put oil down the cylinder in the past, along with a couple months ago. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more down there. It takes a minute for this guy to get pumped up. But I'm just gonna put a little bit more oil down the cylinder, put the spark plug back on, and I just sprayed all over. I gotta get a new fuel line and also clean that tank out and mix up some fresh fuel and see if it will start, because it's just gonna be without an air filter. So I'm not gonna be riding it around or anything like that. I'm just going to be seeing if it will run and go from there. Now the airbox is pretty clean now because I washed it out, but it's pretty clean now. However, I still would love to have an air filter in there, so I'm not going to be riding it around without one, of course. So as soon as that comes in, it will be our first ride video. Take it out on some of the dream acres that we cleared in part 1 and 2. Maybe go explore on it. Maybe go down to the creek section, hit some logs, maybe make my own path. Haven't been down there in a while, so if you guys like that, stay tuned for sure for riding videos on this. Steiner Family Motorsports, we powder coat, do maintenance, ride and race. So yeah, just stay connected. So now I'm going to be cleaning out this tank. I'll do that off camera, and then I'll be mixing up some fuel, and that's when I'll come back. All right, I got about a gallon of gas here. I'm gonna be mixing it to about 40 to 1 on this one. So I'm gonna bring it down to the 1 gallon mark. Right now it's a little bit above the 2. Just put in a little bit extra oil in there. It hasn't been raining in a while, so I don't think it's gonna really bother it to have a little bit of extra oil. Tightening the spark plug up real quick. All right, spark plug's tight. Cap is snapped on. Unfortunately, I have to use these hose clamps again. I don't have any other clamps that would work. This exhaust flange moves, so it got a little out of whack. There we go. Go. And remember, I'm going to do a transmission oil change, which is also what lubricates your clutch on a 2-stroke. This is just all to see if this thing will run. Remember, no air filter. There we go. Oh yeah, already filled up the bowl. First startup right now. I'm gonna run and put a boot on. All right, got the trusty boot on. See if we can get this thing to start. We're sliding back on the stand. Go. What do you think about it running after all these years? Smells pretty good. Idle's a little high. I still gotta check the coolant. But it started on like the 20th kick. It's still not warm, so I'll check it. Yeah, it's top. Perfect. See if she'll start right back up again. Sounds pretty good, actually. Heck yeah. It looks more like dirt than anything. First startup in 10 years. Wow. Maybe more. All right, guys, we're gonna take it for a quick rip. No seat or anything, because I don't want dirt to fall in on the filter. Alright guys, now that I just rode it, of course I'm not riding it very long until I get that air filter, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Once I get that air filter, stupid chicken, once I get that air filter, I'll be able to put the seat on and really give this thing a little bit of a test. I'll fully gear up and rip it, try out some of the trails here, but now I'm going to just do a time lapse of me throwing this back together so that I can put it away, and I'm also going to lube up the chain and a couple other things just to get some oil on stuff. All right, guys, so that's as far as we got. It runs, it rides all good. I'm about to lube the chain up, but I turned the gas off. I'm gonna put you guys on the stand, let it idle until it runs out of gas, lube the chain up, and then finish putting the seat bolts in and wrap the video up for you guys. So enjoy this while it runs out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoy vintage dirt bikes, if you can't wait to see me ride this and explore some more of our trails here, maybe go up our Beaver Dam Creek section, I'm really interested. I've never ridden a steel old frame bike like this, and I rode it up there and it felt super good just going slow and stuff over some of the small, rough chop. Again, in the future video, we're going to be replacing grips, levers, pegs, transmission and clutch fluid. It's the same thing. New front wheel bearings, air filter. There's a few other small things here and there. Bars, bar mounts. I need to redo the rear brakes. They don't work at all right now, but besides that, it's actually pretty dang solid. I guarantee you this thing will start at one kick. I'm gonna take this off just so no dirt falls in. I don't have an air filter in here at all right now, but just gonna run it out of gas so that there's no more gas in the carb. Blood lubricant's the best stuff out there. There we go, guys. She's out of gas. Notice how I didn't rev it, didn't want it to be lean and revving out high, just let it idle down and die. And until I touch it again, but I'm really hoping to ride this thing on Saturday if I can get some parts around for it at Jackson's MX. It's their last ride of the season, so if you guys want to be there and support Jackson's, I think they do a great job. Sometimes it's muddy, but hopefully this week's gonna be sick. Like I said, last time we were able to ride there this season, and they usually take a while to open back up, so out of respect, I'm definitely going to be there, and I love riding there, so stay tuned for that video. I'll try to get some GoPro footage and see if I can get some third-person footage. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys for watching Steiner Family Motorsports. This is our 1995 KDX 200. This thing's going to be restored over winter, but we're going to get this thing ripping here very soon. I'm a AA rider. I'm going to put this thing through the test. Shoot, maybe even race at a time this year. You never know. So stay tuned. If I can get stuff to this, I'll be bringing it to Jackson's this weekend along with my 250. So stay tuned for that, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Peace.